Assalamu alaikum everybody. Today we're going to be making a potato and brie cheese puff bite. Something I made up myself. I just looked around in my fridge and I was like, what can I make that is, a spin-off of different foods I like, and so I came up with this recipe. Our ingredients for today are going to be, this is about 8 ounces of brie cheese. Brie is a type of French soft cheese. About 5 medium to small sized potatoes. A pack of puff pastry. This has 2 sheets. We're going to be using both. About a teaspoon to a teaspoon and a half of salt. Some pepper to taste. Finally, this is a special kind of Arabic spice called Za'atar. Za'atar it's like a seed that has a sour, savory taste. We eat it a lot with olive oil and bread. I'm going to use it for flavoring our potatoes and our cheese. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to peel my washed potatoes. I've washed them, so I'm going to just peel them. You want to get rid of the skin as much as possible. Now that I've peeled my potatoes, I'm going to chop them into quarter-sized chunks because I'm going to be boiling them. So I need to make sure that, they're a good even size so that, they can boil properly. Now I have put my cut potatoes into a pot with some hot water, and I'm gonna let this come to a boil, and we're gonna do the fork test to make sure that the potatoes are soft inside before taking them out. We're also going to put in about a teaspoon of salt as well to flavor our potatoes. While our potatoes are cooking, I'm going to cut the brie cheese into thin strips, and I'm gonna cut those into squares. Now once we have them as strips, we're going to cut them into small cubes. So I'll show you with one, like so. Just small little chunks. I think our potatoes are almost ready. I'm gonna show you the fork test. So we put the fork in. It still has a bite to it. Let me see if I can put it in. Yeah, it still has a bite, but it can come out quite easily. I first drained the potatoes, and in the same pot, put them back, and I'm gonna just mash them with a fork like so. They should mash quite easily, as you see. This is the consistency that we're looking for with our potatoes. You can see that they're all nice and mashed and fluffy. This is what it looks like after we've added the za'atar into the potatoes. We're gonna cut up some puff pastry. I've let this thaw for about 40 minutes at room temperature, and I'm going to now unwrap it carefully. And I'm gonna cut it into about 3-inch long squares, because essentially we want them to fit into something like this, which is our cupcake mold. This is how big a square should look like. I have filled my molds, so I'm going to now put first the potato and then the cheese. I would say about 2 tablespoons of potato, the cheese that we put, and just put them on top. Now I've put them in the oven and I'm gonna let them bake. This is our final product. As you can see, the cheese is melted, the puff pastry has puffed up a bit. These are great to make in bulk and then store for later as snacks or appetizers. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please make sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Thank you.